Welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Allison Barnett. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at the stories we have for you today. Members of the Powell Valley Electric Cooperative will soon have their voices heard. The annual board meeting for the organization is set for Saturday with 3 board seats up for election. Roger Ball, David Kendall, and Michael Shockley are seeking re-election, while Bill Cornick, Christy Zonka, and Jeffrey Lewis hope to land a seat on the board. The election has gained attention throughout the community over the past few weeks, with both sides making a push to earn a seat on the board. Issues that are up for debate include open meetings, transparency, herbicide spraying, and billing rates. When asked about the importance of the election, incumbent Roger Ball said, Powell Valley Electric Cooperative customers benefit from the lowest rates of any rural area in East Tennessee, saving the average homeowner more than $120 per year over the next lowest adjoining utility. It is important that members interested in continued low rates and reliable service attend and vote. Challenger Bill Cornick says he hopes to see an increased number of members at the annual meeting. Those running against the seat holders have made an effort to increase awareness of the event. Cornick said, at this annual meeting, the members have the opportunity to exercise their democratic right to vote for the members who represent them on the board of directors and make decisions that impact them pretty much on a daily basis. Voting will begin at 9 in the morning, with results being announced shortly after the meeting begins at 1 in the afternoon. A Claiborne County jury found a New Tazewell man guilty on several drug charges Wednesday afternoon. 30-year-old David Lee Johnson was originally charged with 2 counts for delivery of Schedule II controlled substance, 1 count for the sale of a Schedule IV controlled substance, and 1 count for the delivery of a Scheduled IV controlled substance. The jury also added $40,000 in fines for the charges. The case was investigated by detectives Christy Coffey and Steve Klein of the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office. Agents from TBI Forensic Crime Lab assisted in the investigation. Johnson's sentencing is set for October 29th. A man and woman were arrested this morning at 1:30 a.m. in Middlesboro. Officer Nick Capps initiated a traffic stop on a vehicle on 18th Street for not having an illuminating license plate and a temporary tag improperly displayed. Capps approached the driver's side and made contact to 28-year-old Michael D. Ayers of Cumberland Gap and 26-year-old Amanda Beeler of Middlesboro. Upon consenting search of the vehicle, the officer found a black .22 caliber handgun between the seats. He also located a digital scale, a baggie containing a substance believed to be methamphetamine weighing 70 grams, as well as 2 Suboxone packs and $113 in cash. Syringes were also found in the trunk of the vehicle. Both were arrested and booked in the Bell County Detention Center. Ayers was charged with several vehicle violations and possession and trafficking of a controlled substance. Beeler was also charged with trafficking and possession of controlled substances. The two are to be arraigned Monday, September 17th. No bond has been set as of this time. The campus of Lincoln Memorial University welcomed the arrival of Chick-fil-A this past Tuesday. LMU Community TV went down to the Student Center to see the buzz around the opening of the franchise. The long-awaited grand opening of Chick-fil-A came to the campus of Lincoln Memorial University on September 11th. We asked one student what the opening of the restaurant meant to him and his experience at LMU.
I feel really excited. I've always wanted to live in a place where Chick-fil-A was available, and some dreams do come true.
The franchise is not only limited to students. Community members can also enjoy the delicious food. Students weigh in on the positives and negatives of this decision.
It's really crowded. I think it might affect people's class schedules because it is open to the public. But I also think it's good that it's open to the public because it'll bring more people in to recognize the school.
During lunchtime it gets rough because if I'm trying to get to class and I only have a 40-minute gap to get to class, it's pretty much near impossible to actually go to Chick-fil-A during that time. But during now, it's usually not too bad.
Board of Trustee member Pete DeBusk discussed the possibility of more franchises coming to the university in the near future.
Chartwell is the company that manages the food service at LMU, and Chartwell has access to different food companies, fast food companies, et cetera, and so certainly a success here with Chick-fil-A certainly makes it much easier to attract more restaurant chains to work with us on putting what we'd like to have on campus here. If it's done at LMU today, it's done with quality. And one thing you probably realize very well, LMU is about students, and it'll be that way as long as I'm here.
Now let's take a look at your community calendar of events coming up over the next couple of weeks. Springdale Baptist Church will be hosting their 3rd annual Chili Supper and Fall Festival October 12th from 4 to 8 p.m. Pre-sale tickets are available, or you can pay $7 at the door. The supper includes chili, crackers or chips, a dessert, and a drink. All proceeds raised go to support the church's youth group. We're now moving on to your LMU Community TV News 5-day weather forecast. Saturday is looking to be nice and sunny to spend outside. Saturday morning is looking to have a high of 66 degrees that will increase to 78 as the day progresses. Looking at your 3-day planner, Sunday is going to have an 80% chance of rain with a high of 73 degrees. Monday will have an 80% chance of showers throughout the day with a high of 75. Moving to your 5-day, Tuesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 84 degrees, and Wednesday will be sunny with a high of 86. That was a quick recap of your 5-day forecast, but stay with us as coming up after the break. Brandon Burke will have your sports report right here on LMU Community TV News.
What do we know about learning? It takes place beyond the pages of a book. We learn by exploring, by trying new things, by connecting, by sharing. We learn by taking chances and dreaming big. At Lincoln Memorial University, learning is beyond the books. It's everywhere.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah. Bro?
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit SaveTheFood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. While Hurricane Florence has caused a ruckus in regards to Lincoln Memorial's weekend plans athletically, the LMU men's soccer team avoided a delay or cancellation on Wednesday, while almost everyone around them can't seem to get a match in the books recently, with the Rail Splitters making the short drive to Bristol, Tennessee to face an old rival in the form of King University. Aiming to get back on track after a tie with Lee and a close loss to 5th-ranked Young Harris in their last 2 outings, the Rail Splitters achieved what they set out for on Wednesday, a victory, although it wasn't without a struggle. Just 7 minutes after the first touch, it seemed as though LMU was going to run away with a one-sided win, although the Tornado had other plans, extending the match beyond the 90-minute mark for the second time in Lincoln Memorial's last 3 meetings. Unlike their 1-1 tie with Lee exactly 1 week earlier, the Rail Splitters were able to put this one to bed, providing the game-clinching strike in double overtime for a 2-1 final margin of victory. Midfielder Felipe De Souza, one of LMU's preseason All-South Atlantic Conference team members, caught King off guard in the opening moments, converting a free kick to the back of the net to give the Rail Splitters a sudden 1-0 advantage after 7 minutes that was ridden past the halftime break. Early on in the second frame, the Tornado capitalized on one of their very few scoring opportunities of the day, tying things up at 1 apiece in minute number 51. The score stayed right there once the clock hit 90 minutes and again after 100 minutes, but halfway through the second OT period, another all-conference Rail Splitter thrust twisted the dagger into King, he being senior forward Victor Perez, inserted into the match into the second half, his first playing time of the season due to an off-the-field issue. D'Souza was credited with the assist on the clutch score, guiding the ball in the perfect position for Perez to knock it through, officially tallied at the 105th minute to end the contest. King was somehow able to hang with Lincoln Memorial despite getting outgained in the shots department 25-5 with a 9-1 shot on goal distinction going in the Rail Splitters' favor. Luckily, LMU collected the W regardless in the double overtime marathon, improving to 2-1-1 on the year and moving to 6-4-1 in the all-time series record against the Tornado. Much like the women's soccer club, Lincoln Memorial will be forced to wait until next Wednesday to hit the field again, with this weekend's scheduled trip to Charlotte against Queens being postponed due to complications with the storms on the East Coast. That means that LMU has plenty of time to prepare for Carson Newman on the 19th, hosting the Eagles in Harrogate for their first home meeting in what will be a 2-week span. LMURailsplitters.com will have all the weather updates and schedule changes you need to stay updated with Lincoln Memorial Athletics as the fall schedule progresses. But for now, the LMU men's soccer team can celebrate their first win since the season opener. And even though the weekend slate has been trimmed down to 1 match instead of 2 for the LMU Women's Volleyball Club, the Lady Rail Splitters will at least get to return to the court on this Friday evening, welcoming the Queens Royals, who have made the brave journey out of Charlotte in the midst of the inclement weather. Lincoln Memorial was intending to face off against Catawba as well on Saturday, although that particular contest has since been postponed now to September the 25th. For head coach Jenny Michael and LMU, 6 non-conference outings are in the books, and it's all SAC play from here on out, returning to the Mary Mars Gymnasium, where they hold a perfect 4-0 record thus far on the 2018 calendar. Looking to shake the cobwebs off of an 0-2 weekend in Greenville, Tennessee against Georgia College and Montevallo, a 4-set and 3-set loss in a 2-day span there, the Lady Rail Splitters will hope for a positive start to South Atlantic Conference play, where they rank 3rd in the league in hitting percentage, kills per set, and assists per set. Having gone 12-6 in Harrogate since the start of the 2017 campaign, Lincoln Memorial will look to bump the trend in their recent history with the Royals, as while the all-time series stats are all even at 7-7, Queens has come out on top in 5 of their last 6 meetings against LMU, including a 4-set win the last time they visited Harrogate a year ago. Opening up the SAC schedule against the defending conference tournament champions, Lincoln Memorial will look to make a splash in the 2018 league opener, seeing its first serve at 7:00 p.m. You can catch all the action through www.lmurailsplitters.com, as a shortened weekend will hopefully breed good results. And following a very eventful Week 2 of NCAA football last Saturday, the Tennessee Volunteers and the Kentucky Wildcats will dial it back a bit in Week 3, both on their home field for a pair of cupcakes in non-conference form. With both teams kicking off at 12:00 noon on the same channel, the Vols and head coach Jeremy Pruitt search for another convincing victory when the Miners of UTEP come to Knoxville on the SEC network. After a less than impressive season-opening 26-point loss at a neutral site to 14th-ranked West Virginia, Tennessee looked much more confident in a 59-3 bludgeoning of East Tennessee State a week ago. The Volunteers will hope for similar results against a winless UTEP squad awaiting the Florida Gators the next Saturday, while Kentucky gears up for Murray State, hopefully not still strung up in their triumph over Florida last weekend. Gaining a 27-16 victory inside the Swamp in Week 2, putting to rest a 31-game losing streak that the Gators once commanded, the Wildcats will look to take care of business when the Racers visit Lexington for another noon kickoff on the SEC network. Much like Tennessee, with an ultra-important home date on the horizon with Mississippi State coming in Week 4, UK aims for a 3-0 start to the year, while Tennessee looks to go 2-1. And now that the playoffs have arrived in the 2018 NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series, drivers will compete this Sunday in Las Vegas, Nevada, when the South Point 400 sees its green light. Over the past 2 races, Brad Keselowski has burst onto the championship picture thanks to consecutive first-place runs at Darlington and at Indianapolis. With the number 2 car's first 2 wins of the season, Keselowski has now reached the 4th-place mark in the latest Cup standings, where he previously wasn't even in the top 10. As has been the case since way back at the start of the summer, Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch are neck and neck with each other for the top spot in the chase, dead even at 2,050 points at the conclusion of the Big Machine Vodka 400 at the Brickyard last Sunday. The only thing separating the 2 drivers is the 1-win difference between them, Harvick with 7 first-place finishes next to Busch's 6. Last year's Cup winner Martin Truex Jr. remains in third place as the closest behind Busch and Harvick with 4 victories, with Clint Boyer completing the top 5, 1 spot behind Keselowski. Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, and Austin Dillon round out the top 10 competitors as the playoffs begin, with NBC Sports Network having coverage of the Sin City race at 3 p.m. this Sunday. And that is all for sports heading into the weekend, but stay tuned as more LMU Community TV news is on the way right after this.
So we were walking to school. I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
One in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Thanks for watching LMU Community TV News. I'm Allison Barnett, and as always, have a great weekend, everyone.